guys, Dan from Smoking Dan's. On this cook today we're going to be cooking up some smash burgers. One of the most easiest burgers you can ever do, but the most tastiest burgers you'll ever have. You know, obviously each their own with their burgers, people like them fatter and this, that and the other, but with a smash burger it couldn't get any simpler. You get some beef, you smash it down, create a beautiful crust that's so tasty, a little bit of sprinkling of salt, and that's it. Simple, juicy. So I'm going to show you how to set up the grill and then I'll talk you through the ingredients. And so we've got a little bit of charcoal in the bottom of the grate there. We've got 3 fire starters because obviously I want this barbecue to get up to temperature pretty quickly, so I'm using more and that will help with that. I've got my soapstone here we're going to be cooking on, and also up here I've got my cast iron griddle plate. I want a full sort of flat surface area so then I can move things around while I'm cooking the onions and burger buns, etc. On the soapstone I've got my grate under here. It just allows that little bit of extra support when you're cooking, because obviously where the soapstone is a natural stone. That's just a little tip that I've learned because obviously I've had a few cracked ones over the time. So let's get all this lit. I've got the bottom vent fully open. I'm just going to leave this dome up for around about 10 minutes. Right, so here's the ingredients and what I'll be using. We've got some beef mince here. I've divided them up into quarter pounders and then just rolled them into a ball. This is Devon Wagyu beef mince. This is very high in fat. When you're doing burgers, you can use it out of a packet, a supermarket, whatever, doesn't make no difference. Just make sure it is 20% or more fat to lean meat, because that's where you're going to get that really golden crust, etc., because all the fat will just render out. It'll be lovely and juicy. We've got 2 brioche buns here. Little tip, I'll butter my buns before they go on the grill. It's just a lot easier than trying to throw a knob of butter on and the butter's going everywhere, etc. Just got a little bit of diced onion, got some gherkins, got some burger sauce. And we're going to be seasoning these burgers with salt, just salt, nothing else. A little bit, a tiny bit of olive oil we're going to be using, and of course the star of the show, cheap cheese, cheap burger cheese, which is the best cheese to go on any burger. It just melts so good. So there we have it. Pretty easy and simple ingredients. This won't take long. You'll have burgers in no time. And obviously we've got 2 spatulas here we're going to be squashing the burgers down with. You'll see me do that in a minute. Right, we'll just wait for the grill to get up to temperature and we'll be ready to cook. Right, now our coals are lit. I'm going to drop the cast iron down. We're on the lower position of the divide and conquer, so we can get really nice heat through that. So we're going to shut the dome up, open up the top vent, and we're going to bring this up to around about 120, 150 degrees C, somewhere in the region of that. So we're up to temperature now. We're going to do a little bit of oil. We get our onions cooking. Again, the soapstone is a great way because it gives it you know, not so much harsh heat straight away, because I want to just sort of sweat these onions down a little bit. If I take some of these straight away, you can hear the frying noise difference. So these will just sort of chill out there for a little bit. So what I like to do first is get my buns, get them on there. We're going to toast these up first. Bit of positive pressure to make sure all the bun gets toasted nicely. Let's check these. Nearly there. Give me a few more seconds. Right, it's looking lovely. And again, lovely stuff. Beautiful. Right, so now they're done, on to our burgers. Take our burger, the other one, and the other one. Let them sit there for a little bit. So, got our scrapers. Again, really push that down. Well, we're just going to let them cook. Onions are looking nice. So at this stage, add a little bit of salt. Right, we're looking good. And can you see the crust forming around this burger here? That is what we're after. When we start seeing some of the liquid, like this one's doing, starting to come up through the top of the burger, that's a good indication for when we're going to flip. I'm just going to leave it there for a little bit longer. Right, we're going to flip these now. Make sure you're scraping that bottom. Now that is what you want. Because you want to scrape all that crust you've just created up, otherwise there's no point in doing it. Take a little close up of them babies. You see that? That is pure goodness. So now, tiny bit of salt. On goes with our cheese. This is what I like, because these are just sort of sweating down on a lower heat than this side here, even though they're on the same level. This gives me a little bit more flexibility. Right, I'm going to shut the dome now to get that cheese melted. Right, we've got our buns here. Get your sauce. You can use whatever sauce you want. Love a bit of burger sauce, mate. Get that on. Like so. Let's check on these burgers. Cheese is looking lovely and melted. So I'm going to take you over there and we'll start building up the burger. Nice onions on there. And of course, not forgetting our lovely gherkins. Lids on. Just look at them. Easy, tasty. Look at that brown crust on them burgers. So guys, there we have it. A double cheeseburger with onions and gherkins, and a single cheeseburger with onions and gherkins. Alright, let's have a try. Now, that is a proper cheeseburger. Flavour is unreal. You can now see why my favourite burger is a smash burger. So, if you like what I do here at Smoking Dan's, please subscribe, hit the like, give us a comment down in the comment box, and let me know what you would like to see next. Cheers.